do this live second. Thank my day ones, my day twos, my day threes for rocking with me. And third, watch this video. I'm gonna say some articulated stuff in a wordplay way where you'll get it. Okay. The blue check, right? The blue check is on YouTube, it's on Twitter, it's on all social media platforms. If you got a blue check, that means you're certified, right? Blue check means that you are definitely in partnership with social media platforms. Now, they choose the who's because at the end of the day, it's the internet and it's an algorithm. And they can put, salute 421BB, they can put anybody who they want in that top or key within the system, within the algorithm. And I say this to say this, right? Salute JB. Yesterday, I was on the internet. I was on YouTube to be exact. And one story get reported by thousands of YouTubers. Okay. Now, the ones with 100 plus subscribers, 100,000 plus subscribers, that's qualifying them for a blue check. They can repost the same thing that other people post. Because keep in mind that content, even with the main media, content is photos and videos of news that others share, right? It's your narrative or your commentary over the video or photo that makes it your content. Okay. Now, what I mean is this, right? So those blue checks and the main media corporations, they can literally run the same story, right? Long as they control the narrative. Now, if somebody who's not within that who's list run that story, they got problems. See, they got problems. Salute, Catherine. They got problems. So the point I'm making is that if you're not on that who's list to be allowed to tell a narrative of the blue checks and of the big corporations, then your platform is going to they're going to come after your platform. Right. And it amazed me yesterday, like how you could look at one story on multiple platforms, but individuals who work within the system, they dictate who they want to go after or who they want to stop from running from playing that same clip or engaging on that same clip that others are using. Right? So that lets you know the game is rigged and the individuals with larger numbers, they are working with the system and running narratives of the algorithm to keep you in line in tune of the direction that they want you to be in. Because they're not letting people who have real engagement with people, and they're not letting people real who seeing through certain things. They're not letting Facebook not allowing those people pages to grow. Instagram, those pages don't grow. YouTube, I have seen certain people on YouTube who hover around a certain number, but they never go past it. But they got people that come with a narrative of the main media, and they skyrocket past those individuals. They skyrocket. Their channels just skyrocket past them, and it's a reason behind that, right? Catherine, JB, 42B11. You guys remember I said this. I said, if I talk about hip hop before I started 2 months ago, 3 months ago with the Canada stuff, if I talk about hip hop and a detrimental, because hip hop ain't nothing but Satan, it ain't nothing but devil, it ain't nothing but killing, drugs, and disrespectful language to everybody and anybody. That's all it is right now, currently in the state that it's in. And it's the number one genre of music and the most popular music that's being fed to the kids right now. And we already know what the Balenciaga did with the kids, with the videos and the commercial ads and all those things. So as long as you're pushing a narrative that don't go along with the program, that go along with the program, your channel going boom. And I told you guys 2 months ago, 2 months ago, that I was gonna run with a narrative of hip hop, and I started running that narrative with Kanye West and different things, and my channel did 4 million views in 1 month. And you guys know, who've been with me since day one, know my channel was hoovering and stuck around 50, 40, 30, 40,000 a month per month. And when I meant to talk about hip hop and the detrimental of what hip hop can bring and the drama and talking about the drama, a lot of people thought that I had switched tunes on what I was doing. Never did, because those who've been with me since day one and day two, they know I say about 2 months ago, if I talk about hip hop or I talk about these things, my channel gonna skyrocket. I end up getting $3,000, 3,000 subscribers within a month. I end up doing 4-5 million views within a month. And when I went to talking about True Dad and politicians and Pierre, and then when I spoke about Canada being owned by the royal family, my channel got ding again. You guys who've been with me since day one, day two, day three, you guys know. Long as I was just putting up True Dad this and True Dad that, and I was saying, talking about Pierre, because me personally, I already know who run the whole system, who run the whole game. But the minute I put it together and start saying, look at it. Look at my community posts. Go back 4-5 days and look at how many votes I was getting, 3,000-4,000 votes. And then look at now how it's just 116, 200. It's rigged. It's rigged. The minute I say the royal family, the prime minister's answer to the royal family, my channel went poof, went flat, completely flat. Because Canadians, they don't know. They feel like it's the prime minister, it's the prime minister. But the prime minister has to answer to somebody, the person who owned it all. And my channel went flat again. Once again, I'm back into that place where I can't talk about this, I can't talk about that. And they hit me with an angle saying, you reusing other people's content. But how could I be reusing other people's content when I'm making examples of other channels that's using the same thing that I'm posting? We posting the same commentary, the same stuff, but they're still up right now. I'm not. But the only reason I'm not up right now because I say who own Canada. I say who literally own Canada. Pierre don't own Canada. True Dad don't own Canada. They puppets. I say who own Canada, who they answer to. And so now I'm back in a situation because, and it was the perfect example to be made, because those who know, like Catherine, Alex, 421BB, Joshua, those who know, JB, you guys who know, 2 months ago I said, if I talk about hip hop, if I talk about this, because I came into this world, I came into this YouTube game as a hip hop artist. And I said, if I talk about these things, my channel gonna go skyrocket. First video I post was Michael Jackson talking about Michael Jackson and Kanye West. Michael Jackson talking about the industry. Kanye West talking about the industry. Those videos skyrocket. Channel start skyrocketing again. So I twisted. I went to politicians, right? Public information, politicians in public hearings, they public speaking. Okay, no harm done. Boom. But the minute I went to talking about the WEF and talking about the royal family who own things, now it's back to all you do is reuse other people's content. That's what they said. I'm reusing other people's content. When I made a video 2 months ago showing them my YouTube studio, pretty much, my microphone, my laptop and actually walk them through how I make videos. I walk them through how I literally make videos. And the channel came back to be monetized and start showing again and all those things. But I had to talk about hip hop. I had to talk. They wanted me, since I was a music artist, to speak about hip hop, the detrimental of the youth. And I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about what's really going on in the world. I don't want to talk about Justin Trudeau. He's a puppet, just as well as Joe Biden is a puppet. There's families out here that's on the SP 500 that literally is the business is named after the family that's actually running the world. And they don't want me to speak about the things I want to speak about because the history of my channel, for those who know, they know. Salute this 504 cut. The game is rigged. Those with blue checks, those are the ones who are put in position to continue to run a narrative that they're allowed to run a narrative, and they're allowed to grow. They're allowed to grow, even though they're reusing the same content or rewashing or re-rinsing the same content as main media. Because truth be told, anybody who put any political information up there, if they're not in those hearings, it's not their content. Anybody who put any political content up there, if they're not in the actual chambers, it's not their content. Anybody who put anything about China, anybody who put anything up there, if you went out there recording it with your phone, whether it be main media or anyone, it's not their content. It becomes their content when they do a verse over or they run a narrative about the story. So they pick and choose on who they want to determine and deem as reusing content of others. Salute this 504 cut. Those blue checks mean something. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. You guys continue to rock with the channel, and I'm going to continue to try not to violate any of these rigged rules, because they all rigged up. You know, they all rigged up. The language anybody with any language can be controlled a certain way. So salute. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.